I think I wouldn't be too surprised to see him stick with Sagat because he's been killing it with that character.
Yeah, I feel like all the defensive and offensive decision-making from the side of Kalmal on the Sagat have just been so very strong. I'm much more convinced by his Sagat than I am of his Ed right now, and that's just maybe from the comfort I'm seeing. Maybe it's just the matchups, but I want to see it. I want to see how Kalmal can deal with ShadyImpostor. However, Alex does have a lot of great ways to circumvent fireballs. We saw it earlier. Definitely. We saw ShadyImpostor's earlier efforts to deal with the V-skill avoidance with the EX dive kicks on this side of Alex, so a lot of that can happen as well with the Tiger shots.
He's got EX Stompy Stomp, he's got EX Elbow Slashamus, you know, the
Slashamus Elbowus.
Exactly, yeah, so he's got good tools. He's got the jump into down fierce, which can get you over stuff with a different angle as well. Jump roundhouse or empty jump at a certain range is even a mix-up because you can't really anti-air at a space where jump roundhouse can connect. True. If he does it at max range. So he does have a bunch of tools on the way in. So again, I'm not sure that's the right character matchup.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I wouldn't be surprised to see it just because the Sagat's been looking really strong.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, if you have this momentum already, I can understand a switch if you want to play and you prepared the edge for the matchup. But either way, I think I would go with Sagat. That is what I am expecting for this match, especially going into it with how successful it's been before. And we're going to see it right now, and it is Ed.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, in terms of characters, I think it's the right call.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can make the changes that he needs to make here.
And I mean, I like that too. Having a secondary at this point in the game is very important, especially to deal with matchups that you have prepared for. So having the Ed here, trust on the side of Kalmal, young player as well. So let's see how that pays off.
Let's go. Yeah, no, this is, I think, a really important part of playing this matchup is just taking up a ton of space, and he's doing great at it so far. If you don't let ShadyImpostor... Look, ShadyImpostor likes to press roundhouse in neutral, and it's a good button, but it's also pretty slow, and it's, you know, there's a lot of ranges there where Kalmal can take advantage of other stuff. Anyway, here's the offense from ShadyImpostor.
Uh-oh, time to party. Get the Twitter clip ready.
Hey! Oh, that is bizarre. He pressed it too early yet again. We did see him then punish before, but this time he got EX upward, and Kalmal takes the round. So he did look really strong.
The way, like, everything was lining up, the stars were aligning there for ShadyImpostor for a second, and Kalmal definitely got away with some shenanigans at the end there.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, you establish that lead, you can make that mistake. Oh my goodness, big crush. Huge damage. Now you gotta deal with Oki. Yes, love that. I mean, that was a scary throw check, though. You explode otherwise.
That roundhouse has really been the button. Looking for the hit confirm this time, rather than just bringing out activation point. Yeah, and again, they're doing a really good job at, although it hit, it was anti-air. It would not have been a great spot to activate. Ooh, nice V-shift. Yeah. Interesting.
Force that out a little bit scared.
Yeah, it's minus. It's not like it is plus on block.
Oh, but no follow-up afterwards. Let's see. Yep, it's right there.
So this is really all about Kalmal staying away and forcing ShadyImpostor to chase. He's chasing, and he'll have chased all the way in for the round.
Yep, spending. Maybe could have killed with EX there, but keeping it safe. Wanted to make sure that, you know, spend everything to make sure that the round goes your way instead of leaving anything on the table. There was a full V-trigger too, so Kalmal stayed alive. It was not looking great, but now, yeah, set point, not set point, game point both sides.
I'm happy to see more buttons come out of ShadyImpostor than just the roundhouse. We saw the Fierce there, we saw the Crouching Strong.
And that's where we saw them be successful earlier as well, when they started intermixing the standing medium kicks as well as the low forwards. I got hit.
It worked out for Kalmal. Hard hit, ready to go once more. Kalmal was... Oh, this could be punished well. Okay, grab's fine. Ooh, great patience by Kalmal. He could have had a huge punish. No, you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, just the patience would have paid off there. But now ShadyImpostor, first game on the board. Kalmal. The conversation before, if you weren't here earlier, chat, we were talking about Psycho Upper or Power Bomb.
Yeah.
And Power Bomb is definitely still coming out on top because the Psycho Upper is getting ripped off a little bit too early. Didn't even need to do anything there. But the fear When you instill your fear and instill your will into someone, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah.
Kalmal was terrified.
I think that's right. Worst case is to get hit by that raw. Better to just get guard broken by it. There's so much less damage that follows it.
Yeah. That was EX die. That was what
It
happened.
was,
You
it
spend one
was.
bar to lose the game.
Yeah. Spends a bar here to get corner carry. Oh, see ya.
That's the frequent flyer miles coming into play right there.
Yes, to be active and shut down that roundhouse preemptively is great as well.
Ooh, and yes, what a wonderful neutral jump. Kalmal looking alive this time, but that's how the first round looked last time too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, ShadyImpostor takes a little bit of warm up. It's about how you pick yourself up. It's not about how you get hit.
Again, trying to outrange the roundhouse, the elbow. There's Kalmal.
Oh, and I like that too, the delay right there on the EX Synchro. So in the corner, but the challenge out, not afraid to press. ShadyImpostor chasing now. Kalmal, no V gauge, no meter to work with, so if you get locked down here, it's gonna look rough.
Some of these close roundhouses, I think he could punish. Just not quite there each time. Yeah, not that one for sure. There are some ranges here that ShadyImpostor's picked that are great. Ooh.
Oh, yeah!
Maybe a little too much on that well, the roundhouse. Starting to run dry.
Oh, man. But yeah, put himself in the corner, Kalmal. You know, not the best situation here, but escaping once again, not afraid to spin. No more bar, though. And it does not matter. 1-1 on the board, Kalmal. Looking alive. Not going to have another 3-0 in the bracket just yet. Another potential 3-1, though, and that's how this set went down before. Imagine it just gets flipped and turned upside down.
Sure. It continues to be really important to see how they both contend around the EX upper.
Yeah.
It's been huge, both in the last set and in this set, too. Came into play even towards the end. In a lot of these Oki situations, and even neutral situations sometimes, even when there's not an EX upper, the threat of it is a huge part of this. So here's ShadyImpostor, whose post-regular command grab
Went for dash.
has almost always been dash, yeah, rather than things like roundhouse or slash elbow, as Alex's tend to do. He's been much more offensive.
My God, so much damage. Stun on deck, too. Not to be able to kill here. But now you got to guess for your life.
Yeah, one grab away. And again, even there, it is influenced by the threat of EX upper, where he waited super long, and brought out the command grab ultimately, but he put himself in safety there and would have blocked just in case there was one. Part of almost the utility of the EX upper is that it is slow, and so some of the timings that you would use to pressure while blocking aren't as effective.
So I love that patience from ShadyImpostor. Again, going back to the well of the standing roundhouse. Hasn't connected just yet, but the command grabs are flowing that well. Working.
Hey.
Oh, never mind. We found water. We found oil.
One hit away from taking this round already. Okay.
Oh. After the whiff throw, too. Had the opportunity to punish, but was just a little bit too slow. Oh, my goodness.
Specific read there, looking for grab.
Oh, almost. This is so scary. And the frag caught on the ground. Didn't go for an anti-air. Didn't go for a trade. ShadyImpostor caught the ankles. 2-1 lead. That air-to-air almost went into Kalmal's favor, which would have been the round. It would have been the round.
Yeah.
But them legs, it may not be a standing roundhouse.
No.
But
there's another roundhouse to press.
This is pretty good. This is a pretty good button.
Definitely, yeah.
Man. Wow. 2-1 lead. Not the same way we saw it happen before, I'll say that much.
Yeah, previously we saw ShadyImpostor jump out to a 2-0 lead, and then it was the one that Kalmal won. A little different. All right.
Uh-oh. There's the chop. You were talking about it before.
Yes.
Usually was going for the dash, but now going back to typical Alex tactics. Oh.
Oh, no.
Can't drop those. Not at this point, Kalmal.
He's trying to be, again, outside of that roundhouse range. But the fact that he's so patient means that ShadyImpostor is able to walk forward quite a bit, and so we're traversed about half the stage. Ah, here we go. It
has the pressure going in the corner now. ShadyImpostor is the one who's got to push forward. Kalmal resetting that neutral, and I love that decision. You have no need to go in.
Yeah.
Backing off consistently. Yes. There it is. So good. Make Alex walk forward. He's got a slower walk speed than you. Your flicker can excellently punch. I love that from Kalmal.
Yeah, I hope to see him be a little bit more active in those situations. Again, he's hoping to be outside of Roundhouse, but that has allowed him to get backed up. Sure, EX again, but he's still towards the right half. Very nice call. Way out of the corner now. Much safer situation. ShadyImpostor's hunting.
Uh-oh. Triple dash gets the corner position now, too, and that's the most important part. Chases down, but comes! Oh my goodness, was looking for the throw, and the read was incorrect this time, but the parry, and it doesn't matter.
You could do it! You could do it! It's possible! We didn't see it.
Back jab. Be so careful here. Did not offer the DP. And just creating that space again, just being so active in movement.
Kalmal looking very comfortable at the moment. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about these young Ed players, but they seamlessly seem to turn it on when the pressure's on.
He's looking really good here. His range that he's picked, again, it has resulted in him being in the corner, but it's also resulted in him being outside of Roundhouse a lot.
Yep.
And that fact has made Alex move forward quite a bit in a way that also lets Ed press other buttons, walk in for flicker, or for crouching strong, or for whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Neutral jumping over Roundhouses and expectations been great. He's backdashed well out of situations. His EX upper game has actually been connecting quite a bit over the last game or so. So defensively, he's looking really good.
Yeah, and this is our first game to go the distance today and yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is very exciting to see, especially with how the first set went, where it was a 2-0 lead for the side of ShadyImpostor now, and Kalmal, had the time to go through the losers bracket, figure it out, and now at a point, it's like, yeah, I feel really good about playing Liam and Sagat. What if I applied that to Ed and started running away when I got a lead? Like, oh, it's kind of working. That's wild. Wow. Loving it. It's working, because that's not what you expect from an Ed. He's walking away from me menacingly.
Yeah, he is the kind of character that just has a bunch of tools, and whether he's playing offense or mid-range or staying away, like he's just got a lot going on. He's that kind of guy. As far as for ShadyImpostor, I continue to like his offense in some ways. He's made great reads, right? You talked about how he's expecting the opponent to land, and then he does command grab. Stuff like that, like classic stuff, has been effective. But I feel that he has been going a little bit too much to that Roundhouse. And if there's certainly more that Alex has.
Yes.
Right? Is he the footsie's god of the game? No, but he does definitely have more tools than that. I'd love to see more crouching strongs and medium kicks.
Yep.
And I'd love to see him just walking forward, taking the opportunity. If the opponent thinks he's got to look for Roundhouse, that means you can walk forward.
Yeah, you have that position where you can utilize that part of the screen, because if they're looking so hard to punish this one thing, cool. Options are open.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've seen her jump in either. Like, I'd love to see a little bit more.
I think it's been like 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'd love to see him open up that side of things as well. So a lot of different ways to go here, I think, for both of these players, because we have seen them give such different looks here and there, and certainly have different options available to them in terms of how they could go in this final game. Kalmal's stuck with Ed. He's not going to be switching here. He's the one who just took the W. So we know it's going to be Alex versus Ed. And we're going to see, same V-Skill 1, Trigger 1. No changes there. Just taking some time to think about how to approach.
And I mean, at this point, that's what you got to do. You already beat them once, so trying once again to get the job done. Final game between ShadyImpostor and Kalmal to see who gets the opportunity to fight against Mirkin in the grand finals. Again, these players are in the money as well, so even more money on the line here, too. That's more pressure to think about.
We did just see a couple of jump-ins. I'm really happy to see that. It's not something you can go to all the time, of course, but got to give as many different looks as you can. Yes, Kalmal's ready. Can't do it too often.
And that's the thing, Kalmal ready with the anti-airs. You have to be so cognizant of that too now, because yes, we want to jump in, but you gotta layer it in once again, because that little break is kind of like a mental reset for both players too.
This is a nice spot here for ShadyImpostor. Oh, that's too close!
Yep.
And Kalmal does take advantage.
Ooh, it's so fast too on the edge. Just gets all the way in. And again, trying to use the roundhouse. There we go. Finally a different button. Big crush. Huge damage now in the corner.
Next hit could kill.
Yep, you gotta guess. Oh my god. Just jump back.
Oh! Kalmal just didn't expect it. And he's out of there. He's away. He's got triggered too.
And just walks away once again in the EX Psycho into the extension. One more touch will do it and checks. Quick little tick throw. The low does it. And now set point for Kalmal. ShadyImpostor, the one on the ropes this time.
Ooh, much more interested in fighting here is Kalmal rather than just walking backwards.
And now ShadyImpostor using the chop a little bit more neutral as well instead of just the roundhouse. There it is at the right spacing this time. So Kalmal waiting. And there it is. Again, the medium kick. We're seeing the changes. Kalmal adjusting as well.
Ooh, boy. It's going to be Oki here. Dash into pressure. Kalmal techs well. Ooh. And he fights well from the corner. That is something we've been seeing. No EX there, unfortunately, for him. The knockdown not available.
Just runs away once again.
Oh!
And the big punish. Not dead just yet. One more will do it. Look at the gray health. Just falling apart, evaporating. ShadyImpostor has to find a way in. Oh, and the flicker is what seals ShadyImpostor's fate. Kalmal putting ShadyImpostor where they belong on the World Warrior standing points for a reason. Third and second moves on to second place. If we would have said this is how we expected it to shape out, well, then you would have called us copping out because the World Warrior gave us the results already. But with that performance, I think Kalmal's the right guy for the job to potentially take down Mirkin. And it's going to be one hell of a fight. And that's what we saw right here as well. ShadyImpostor definitely had the momentum going on early. But Kalmal fought the entire time getting that first round. ShadyImpostor, you know, the only person that pushed him to the limit other than Mirkin was Kalmal. And Kalmal got it done in the end. It doesn't matter if you win the first set and winners. It's about the set and losers that you're able to win. So good stuff. Kalmal right there, but very back and forth, and it just felt like everything clicked at the end for Kalmal. Got really patient because the many times that he was getting blown up was because of the impatience, was because of the fear, and misutilizing the EX Psycho uppers. And when we saw that restraint come in, everything started working. All cylinders were firing.
Yeah, his neutral game, I think, looked a lot better as things went on. You saw earlier he had that panic moment where he tried to jump out of that charged hammer from Alex.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. As it went on, he did seem a little bit more comfortable defensively, but I think for the most part, it was about him not being in those situations quite as often.
Yep.
He did a better job at staying outside of the roundhouse range, did a better job. Yes, quite
Just
a panic
running,
moment for
yeah.
sure.
He's
Yeah, I mean, I
just-
get it. You know, you're going to get caught sometimes.
Help. Help.
Yeah, right, right. But yeah, for the most part, did a really good job around the roundhouse, did a really good job around keeping Alex out, and then by the end felt more confident, it seemed, in pressure and in neutral. So like that's an example of it. He did go in here, he ends up pressing a button here, he ends up moving forward there. I think previously he might have just kept on backing off in a way that put him into the corner.